President Biden has yet to officially announce whether he's running in 2024, but on the Republican side, a former Trump official seems poised to run against the ex-president. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports now from Washington.
We can join hands and get things done.
While President Biden isn't saying if he's running in 2024, his outgoing chief of staff suggests it's not a matter of if, but when.
I look forward to being on your side when you run for president in 2024.
The field of Republicans looking to take him on is slowly taking shape. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is hinting she'll throw her hat in the ring with plans to make a big announcement on February 15th. A 2024 run would pit her against her former boss, former President Donald Trump.
I've never lost a race. I said that then. I still say that now.
I think she'll be a very credible candidate.
Haley may not be the only former Trump official in the list of possible Republican primary contenders. Former Vice President Mike Pence and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo are among those rumored to be thinking of running.
This could split the anti-Trump vote, such as it is, or it could offer Republican voters a sense that there is a strong alternative to Trump.
And there may be an opening as former President Trump's campaign struggles with a slow start. He hauled in roughly $9.5 million after announcing his candidacy in November, a drop-off from the nearly $12 million raised in the weeks prior. And other former Trump allies are now distancing themselves from him.
While I campaigned for Trump in 2016, I think that he is not the best for the future of our party or our country.
A Fox News poll shows 44% of voters have confidence in former President Trump, while 45% have confidence in President Biden. That number could spell trouble for the president if he runs in 2024. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.